guys, how's it going? It's Janie over here at JaniesSweets. Welcome back to another Friday Fixes episode where you ask me your cake questions and I do my best to answer them for you. Now, today's episode is going to be all about taking cake orders. Why I no longer use Facebook or Instagram DM. A while ago I had mentioned that and a lot of you guys were curious as to why that was, so I'm going to touch base on that. And I'm also going to give you an alternative of how I personally like to do it for my business, and hopefully you will find it helpful, and if you do, you're more than welcome to implement this for your business as well. If you're new to the channel, definitely hit the subscribe button so that you do not miss out on any of my future videos. I post a video every single Friday. One of them is going to be a recipe video or a decorating video, and the next Friday is going to be videos like this, like a Friday Fixes, so you definitely don't want to miss out. But anyway, let's get started with the topic today. Now, think about the way that you personally take orders from a customer or a client. Normally, especially when you first start out, you normally will take it through text message or through your DMs on Instagram or through Facebook Messenger. Now, that's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I have done it for years before I started doing this, this alternate method. So why all of a sudden did I change my mind? Why do I now feel like you should not be doing this? Well, there are a few reasons, but the first reason is that it makes you look more professional. I guarantee you, if you take orders on Facebook, 9 times out of 10, most of the small home bakers are going to do the same thing. This method is going to set you apart. It's going to make you look a little bit more sophisticated than the competition. And as you can imagine, more sophisticated means more money. So you could probably get away with charging a little bit more because your experience is more of a luxury experience than your typical, hey, how are you? I need a cake for such and such date. The second reason is it's extremely easy to get lost on Facebook and on Instagram. I know, if this is a business, you want to make this as professional as possible, and you're probably going to make sure not to lose that order, but things happen, mistakes happen. You may delete the conversation by mistake, like you never know. Little things like that, or even you might forget who ordered what and who did what date. It's just gonna get confusing, especially when you get more involved in the business. Another thing that I've noticed is that a lot of times people like to DM you or message you and just send you a picture and ask you, hey, how much is this cake? And you never hear from them ever again. Now, there's nothing technically wrong with that. However, if you're a busy person like me, you don't want people just randomly popping up in your DM asking you, hey, how much is this cake? Hey, how much is that cake? And then they're not really serious about ordering from you. They're just either pricing around, which is fine, or they are trying to see how much they should charge for a cake that they're making. Because I've had that happen to me where people have asked me about something and it turns out that they weren't trying to order the cake from me. Someone was trying to order it from them and they wanted to know how much they needed to charge. I mean, people do anything nowadays. It's crazy. But anyway, if the person goes through the questionnaire that I'm going to show you, they are more than likely actually interested in purchasing a cake. I don't know about you, but I'm not gonna sit there and fill out a questionnaire if I have no interest in buying a cake. Now, the most important thing that I actually think is it cuts out a lot of the work for you, because the questionnaire is right there and the person can fill it out. A lot of the redundant stuff, like how many people do you need it for, when do you need it, where do you need it delivered, all these things, they would have had done that work before you even contacted them in the first place to talk to them about the order. So that is it for the intro. I'm going to then walk you guys through how I personally do it, because I really like this method. I've found it to be very helpful for me, like I said, over the past couple of years. So hopefully it will be helpful for you as well. Now let's get into the tutorial. This is is my website, and if you have seen again my tutorial, I walk you through everything that I have on here. But what we're going to talk about in particular here is my online order. So what the customer does when they come onto my website is that they click on online order, and we're just going to pretend that we're a customer here, and we're going to go through this entire thing. So they can either click on this or they can click on order here. It'll take them to the same page. Now when they click on this, I make cakes, but I also make desserts, so they can click on whichever one they want. We're just going to click on, we're going to click on cakes because that's the most popular, right? So once you've clicked on that, this is the form that comes up, right? Now it has a questionnaire on there, so let's go through it. Now, the first thing that the person is going to put is their first name. Now I'm going to actually work on this as if I were a customer. So this is going to say Janie, and the last name is going to say Sweets, right? Now my phone number, I'm just going to say 333-33333. My email address is going to be JaniesSweets. Sweets. At yahoo.com. That's not a real email, but this is just for pretend. Now the type of event. So the type of event, I'm just going to say wedding, right? The event date and time, I require both because I always want to deliver way before the event time. Like let's say I always give myself like a 2-hour window, so I want to make sure that the cake is ready way before you're gonna either pick it up or I'm gonna deliver it to you. So we're gonna say the event date is today's date, which is 2/15/2019, right? Now the number of guests that they want to feed, that's important for you to know so you know how big the cake is going to be. I'm going to say like 80 guests. It's a small wedding. Writing on cake, I'm going to say congrats bride and groom. It's a weird thing to put on a cake, but anyway, it's my cake. Now, is this going to be a pickup or a delivery? I'm just going to say delivery. Now the delivery address, we're just gonna make that one up. We're gonna say 1 Parker Ave, New York. Okay. Now the number of tiers that you want, like let's just say that you want 3 tiers. This is all that I allow them to pick on here. If they want something more than 3 tiers, then it's gonna be custom and they need to speak to me. So I would say 3 tiers. Now once I click on this, it kind of opens up and gives them a little bit more choices. Now the cake flavor of the first tier is going to be chocolate, right? Now, do you want a regular filling or do you want a premium filling for additional cost? So I'm gonna say I want vanilla buttercream, okay? And this one is going to be NA because I picked from regular filling. Now for the flavor number 2, I want a strawberry cake and I don't want a regular filling, so I'm gonna say NA, and I want a dulce de leche filling. That's kind of a gross cake. But anyway, moving on to tier 3, again, I'm gonna say a red velvet cake with raspberry buttercream, and I picked from premium filling. Now in a few words, please describe what you're looking for, like the theme, color, etc. I want a brown wedding cake with purple flowers and bling covering the bottom tier. Oh, oops. Tier. And then if you have a picture that you want me to use for inspiration, I give them the option of uploading it here. We're not going to upload a picture. You know what? Matter of fact, we are. We're just going to upload something random. We're just going to say, there you go. Okay. We're going to upload this. Now it's uploaded. And then they click on submit. Once it's submitted, it says, "Thank you for your submission. Please refer to your confirmation email for details regarding the next steps. Have a great day." Now, what happens is that person will get an email saying, "Thank you for ordering with us." Because I've used a fake email, obviously we can't retrieve that, but I'm going to show you what I then get on my email to complete the order. Now, when I receive a order from a customer, I received an email to my inbox. Now, I forwarded this email to my other email, that's why it says forwarded, but it will come from POWR. And if you use Wix, this is the form that they have. So it'll come to you from POWR, and then the email comes like this. So everything that I have asked them is here. I have an idea of what they want. So again, this is Janie Sweets. This is her phone number. This is her email address. This is the kind of event that she wants, the event date and time. Oh, I forgot to put the time. The number of guests, etc., etc. Like everything that's needed for me to make her cake is right there, and I can download the file or I can view the file, and it's in the US. I can view the file, and it will give me an idea of what I need to work with. Now, the second step to this is once I get this, I will then take the phone number that the person had put in their request, and then I will give them a call. Once I give that person a call, I will have my contract on hand that I will jot down different things that they want, different things that they spoke to me about, or I can schedule to meet with them in person. Like if it's a wedding cake, we schedule a tasting first, and then we can go from there. So that is it, guys. That is how I personally like to take orders on my website. I figured if I have a website, why not put it to use and make it work for me, as opposed to doing a whole bunch of work asking people questions every time that they want to get a price from me. So I hope this video was helpful to you. I hope you could implement a lot of what I've talked about, even if it's not the exact same thing. Maybe that sparked something in your mind that you might want to change in the way you take orders. If this video was at all helpful, I would appreciate if you gave it a thumbs up. If you did not like it, definitely give it a thumbs down so that I know as well. Share it with your friends and family so that they can also see it if it will be helpful for them, and subscribe to the channel so that you do not miss out on any of my future videos. So that is it for this week's tutorial, guys. I love you. I'll talk to you next time.